I'm going to tell you what happened to me in Greenland, New Hampshire. Officer Michael Drake involved. Tara Tucker, too. Now the whole city of Greenland. And it started here at the TA truck stop, Greenland, New Hampshire. Call for yourselves and find out where Michael Drake got the marijuana that he seemed to find after he planted in the seat of my vehicle. Mind you, there was nothing there on the seat, in the console, or nothing in the surrounding area before Michael Drake got a hold of my vehicle. This is Michael Drake, and in his report, he says that he was sitting across from me using his binoculars to surveil me. Surveil me for what? You had just been sitting behind me reading my expired tag. Holy motherfucker, you had enough people involved, didn't you? What happened to that bench warrant? It didn't exist, did it? Good thing I've got credentials, common sense, and a lot of audacity. Maybe it's because I have a vagina, because I know goddamn well you males, most of you anyway, don't have the fucking balls to do what I do, which is uphold my constitutional rights, human rights, civil rights, disability rights, and all the rights for all of us, we the people. So, can you tell me what happened to that warrant, Michael Drake? Not available, not available, not available, not available. That's because previously I was listed dead. And I get a recording of that, don't I? Social Security Administration, Bangor, Maine. Don't believe me? Call and find out why William Asher was able to claim death benefits on myself and my daughter, saying that we died in a car accident and that he received brain injury. Okay, so what happened was I was traveling up from South Carolina after being a couple months lingering around and making phone calls and following up with leads on my well-being report. Missing, endangered daughter, vulnerably abused and trafficked before and during. And lo and behold, when I finally was able to make it back up through, it was because the expiration date on the plate. Now, I got hindered a couple times. I got hindered in Maryland. I was impounded, and that I'm still working on. I got the vehicle back on the road 2 days later. And by the time I got back, there was such a storm that I couldn't drive home to Maine because the highway wasn't plowed. Now, I'm sitting in Portsmouth, New Hampshire at the library, and I can visually see Portsmouth PD and their buddy that they met up with later on, Michael Drake, and I got video of that too. These boys were just circling around for what purpose and reason? Well, it leads up to my arrest on a Sunday, April 7th, 2024. You hold on and I'll tell you more. In the meantime, I want you to read these emails that disappeared because my phone got intercepted. So did my Google account and my email that I've had for a long ass time, many, many years. This is what she calls herself, Chief Tara Tucker. I told you on April 9th my daughter was missing. I told the cops that on April 7th. I told everybody, and everybody knew my daughter was missing. And this is what you did to me. And you refused to put my daughter into missing endangered persons report for a well-being report. And that's a violation of the state statute. That means you're being lawsuited, and I've requested that police department, Greenland, New Hampshire, chief of police, and the officers involved, as well as everybody involved from Greenland to Portsmouth, be investigated for what they did to me, hiding information, abusing their powers, and you took me to a hospital because I was in cardiac distress. I have an ECG reading that wasn't done until the following day, and the doctor from the ER cleared me at Portsmouth Hospital. I tell you people right now, I hope you're paying attention, and if you don't, oh fucking well, if it happens to you, then, well, guess what? It's probably meant to be because you didn't pay attention and you didn't listen to me the first time I told you. So, Tara Tucker, you were never in touch. That means you hid the information, and I've been requesting the conversation that you audio recorded, the surveillance tape that was in the room, as well as your black book, because I've got a black book that's thicker than Epstein's about all of the police, politicians, and people like you that have hidden the information, sex trafficking, and the disappearances, the abuse, and everything that's been happening to me and my family. After I left the Portsmouth Library from doing some paperwork and just looking up some information as well as copying some paperwork, I went back over to the Greenland Travel Center because there was no other option, really. Um, I'm not going to spend my money on dirty, filthy motel rooms that people do drugs in and listen to people get beat up and raped and all that kind of shit because it happens on the daily. And I'm not going to get bed bugs. I'm not going to contract some kind of fucking filthy disease because no matter what you say, those rooms aren't clean. Anyhow, I was sitting in the parking lot drinking a coffee and I was observing Michael Drake going back and forth on April 6th in the afternoon, approximately 4 or 5 p.m. He was pulling people over for what purpose, Michael Drake? So you were harassing people then? Was it because you had the intent to keep an eye on me? Is that what you were really doing? So the morning after that, but let me back up at midnight, my temporary tag ran out. So the morning after that, Michael Drake just assumingly and coincidentally not, was sitting behind my vehicle. Observing my vehicle is what he says in his report. And so you know that he was running the plate. Well, why is it that Michael Drake found a 2019 uh, warrant that not even Christopher Wray, the FBI top agent, found? Okay, nobody. As much information and as many times as you fucking frivolous cops and all your buddies are out here following me, nobody ever found a warrant until Michael Drake did in New Hampshire. So, along with that, Michael Drake also claimed that he seen me, observed me smoking something. Well, he can't tell what I was smoking out of, and he never found anything of me smoking from. So, again, what was I smoking out of? What was I smoking, Michael Drake? Yeah, he also made the claim that he seen me swallow something. His buddy, the EMT or whoever the fuck it may be, that had his knee in my back as they held me on the ground and seemingly, and they kept on checking my pulse and said, "Yeah, I think she's still alive." You think I'm still alive? Okay. And then they pull up my leg and say, "Oh, she's got needle marks. She's got track marks." No, the fuck I don't. I've never done drugs like that. And I've never done drugs willingly. Isn't that right? Over there in, oh, yeah, I'm not even going to say it right now, but yes, over in Ocala, Florida, drugged by a state police officer. And we all know that. All right, so we're going to go on to the fact that they get me into the ambulance and the fat boy. I remember he was a fat, voluptuous guy yelling at me, telling me it was my own problem. Well, guess what? He's a narcissist, sociopathic motherfucker. I don't know what kind of ego trip he was on, but he's going to get off it because I've already talked to Brian from the Board of Commissioners for the County of Rockingham, New Hampshire, and we're going to do something about this, Portsmouth. Now, so the fire department, the police department, the sheriff's department, even the jails involved, as well as the hospital, the county commissioners, and the city of Portsmouth, as well as the city of Greenland, New Hampshire. The whole situation, and then it leads to Seabrook, New Hampshire, where my car got apprehended again. But let's go back to Michael Drake and his false and frivolous, malicious misconduct that leads to an arrest that was not even, it was already dismissed, guys, okay, and ladies. So I spend my time getting transferred because he put me in cardiac distress. Over at Portsmouth Hospital, they did not read the EKG on that day. They read it the following day, and they cleared me on the 7th and transported me to jail, saying that I had a warrant for my arrest. So they held me in jail for several hours. They didn't even do any testing at Portsmouth Hospital. They say that I had drugs and track marks and shit, and they see me smoking something, see me swallow something. What the fuck was it, Michael Drake? Can you tell me that? Can you tell the whole goddamn motherfucking nation? How many times did you bounce from police department to sheriff's department to being a detective, now a fucking patrol officer? Is it because you're a sociopathic motherfucking liar? Obviously. All right, so tell us what your fucking police misconduct is in the past, please. Raymond, New Hampshire, Bellows Falls, Vermont. Okay, so on with it. So I get cleared, even a psychiatric evaluation that they didn't fucking do, but they cleared me anyways. Okay. Suicidal, said I wasn't suicidal because I'm not. I never have been. I love myself too much. So they transport me through to Brentwood. And lo and behold, from Brentwood, I end up waiting and waiting, like I said, in a cell before the medical comes to check me out. Well, why would that be? I just left the hospital knowing I have a cardiac distress. I've been vomiting profusely, such and such. They didn't let me do anything. They didn't let me clean up. They didn't let me do anything. They held me in a cell. They only gave me food that I could eat that was Frito Lay potato chips, and I didn't eat them either because, mind you, they come from the potatoes that are right down the hill from my property, and I know the poison that goes on to Frito Lay potatoes, so no goddamn fucking way am I gonna eat them. Anyhow, when medical did check me, they said I had marijuana and alcohol in my system. I don't fucking drink. So I said, you better be checking all those labels because they're all mislabeled. If one is, they all are. Well, I don't know that they did that, but let me tell you something. I filed grievances about these people and they went missing. First and second shift I was there for. The third shift comes in, and for whatever reason, they take my pen and paper away from me. And then, for whatever reason, they come back a few minutes later and tell me they're moving me to a different cell. So there was another person that had a 24-hour guard because they were on suicidal watch. And they moved me all the way down to the end of the cell behind where the guards are, okay? The corrections officers, whatever they want to fucking call the little monkey asses. Anyway, so they put me in the last cell down and had a broken toilet with a flush. I hit the button and it fucking zapped me. I told the guard, he told me to shut up. Okay, whatever. I'll just tell somebody, administrative staff in the morning. I'll file lawsuits like I do. So I already had it set in my mind. I had accountability for every fucking thing they've done wrong to me. Anyhow, I wait until the next morning, ask for the pen back. Bitch tells me I can't have a pen because I'm suicidal. Who the fuck labeled me suicidal? And if I was suicidal, why didn't I have somebody with me 24/7? Why'd you move me to a broken fucking cell where you can't even see me? I didn't get fed properly. I didn't see medical. And I was PR'd before noontime, but they helped me past the time of totality. And mind you, from 7 o'clock in that morning, and I confirmed it with the commissioner's office, they said they knew ahead of time that Brentwood Jail would not have water running throughout the facility the day of Monday, April 8th, 2024. So who told them in ahead of time what? And they said they didn't know why, but it was going to be turned off. So who, ma'am, told you it was going to be turned off, and why didn't the inmates have water? The guard or corrections officer monkey ass that was standing there with a jug of water and said, "Hey, Crossan, you want a drink of water? Did you say you needed a drink?" I said, "Yeah, nah, not after you, thanks." So I didn't have anything to eat or drink. After I was PR'd, I was still held in that fucking jail in Brentwood, New Hampshire. They wouldn't allow me to make a phone call. They wouldn't allow me to leave there until 5 o'clock. They rushed me to fuck out. I was asking the little monkey ass CO still, "Hey, where's my grievance form? Why didn't I ever get heard? Why wasn't I able to attend church? I was cleared for everything." So with that being said, Brian from the Commissioner's Office from the County of Rockingham, New Hampshire, is on it. He's very concerned about the Sheriff's Department, the Corrections Officer, the jail, and he said there's not much he can do. He can't do anything about the city, but goddamn sure I can, and somebody else better, is what I'm going to suggest because I'm seeking justice. And when I tell you that, I'm going straight to the motherfucking courtroom. Thank you.